national news from BGI TV, Ikeja-Agege Imo Television. I'm Jibril Munirat. First are the major highlights for the national news. Aspirants are moving house to house arresting delegates who took money and didn't vote, Shehu Sani says. Plane seen on Lagos Road didn't crash land, fan says. EFCC has stopped me from going for APC presidential screening, Senator Okorocha says. Okorocha to remain in EFCC custody till May 30th. Lagos teacher flocks pupil over homework, victim vomits and dies. Finally, gunmen invade Kuka's church, kidnap priest and others. Now the news in details. As the month of May is coming to an end, the primaries for the 2023 presidential elections have started, and some political parties have already conducted their primary elections. Some aspirants were disappointed with their loss at the primaries after spending so much to make sure they win. The former senator for Kaduna Central, Shehu Sani, has recently reacted to the primaries which has been conducted by some parties. According to him, aspirants who did not win their primary elections after giving delegates money are moving house to house to arrest those delegates. He went on to state that some of the aspirants are arresting those delegates because they didn't fulfill their end of the bargain, which is voting for them during the primaries, so they will win. It is unclear who these aspirants are at the moment because Senator Shehu did not reveal any names. The Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, FAN, has reacted to the plane found in Lagos. There were speculations that it crash-landed on Tuesday evening. The aircraft, which had missing wings, caused a gridlock on the Ikeja-Agege road. In a tense statement posted on its social media handles, FAN told Nigerians to disregard the news. The aircraft was sold by the owner to a buyer who was taking it to its final destination, it reads. An aviation analyst, Daniel Dikio, had tweeted his observation of the viral video. He says, "It is an Airbus A319. It hasn't flown domestically in years. I can see traces of the green logo. It likely belonged to First Nation Airways in its time."
To have a problem, she the main one. Whose flight this one? Eh?
How come?
How come now? To have a problem, she the main one. Whose flight this one? Eh?
I see this your friend has been circulating all over social on land. Normal, it's an aircraft. Airplanes usually, are on air, they fly, but this plane, for whatever reason, is tied to a truck and it is being transported on land, and that has got a lot of Nigerians questioning and asking what is happening. It landed on the ground and it's being literally being driven on the road. A lot of people have questions concerning that. Well, some Nigerians have a lot of questions, and the comment section is filled with a lot of Nigerians saying different things. From people saying they are praying that no life gets lost, with other persons saying that they wonder how the passengers must have felt like, and that heaven supposed done the shake from prayer.
Former Governor Okorocha of Imo State and presidential aspirant on the platform of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, has raised an alarm that operatives of the Economic Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, have denied him from participating in the APC presidential screening. It was gathered that the operatives of the EFCC had earlier today laid the siege to the residence of Okorocha, but details of their visit were not disclosed. Barely 24 hours after he hosted some presidential aspirants on the alleged political alliance. Okorocha, who addressed pressmen in his Maitama district of Abuja residence, simply said, "The operatives of the EFCC have not allowed me to go for the screening." The ruling APC had postponed the screening of its presidential aspirants, earlier stated for Monday, May 23rd to May 24th and May 25th. Recall that the party has postponed its presidential screening twice, violating its timetable and schedule of activities for the 2023 general election.
Rocha's Okorocha is crawling with family members, journalists, supporters and security agents from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC. The EFCC operatives who have been at the residence since the early hours of the morning insist that they are on strict orders to bring in the serving senator who's accused of jumping administrative bail. As the standoff lingers, some support groups consisting mainly of women arrive, block the main entrance of the building and chant in solidarity with the senator. The security operatives, now determined to forcefully gain entrance into the building, appeal to the supporters to move away from the entrance. But their voices get even louder as they remain adamant. One of the officials gets off the phone, and the standoff, which had been rather calm, suddenly takes a wild turn as a forceful evacuation is implemented. Tear gas and gunshots are fired, sending everyone scampering to safety. The chaos continues outside the gate as supporters of Mr. Okorocha defy the security agents and stay put.
Detained former Imo State Governor Ikeja-Agege Okorocha is set to remain in the custody of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) till Monday, May 30th, when he will be arraigned in court over the 2.9 billion naira money laundering criminal charges brought against him by the federal government. Okorocha, a presidential aspirant on the platform of the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC), is to be arraigned before a federal high court in Abuja on the date. He was forcefully arrested on Tuesday in his Abuja residence by operatives of the EFCC after over 9 hours of siege on the residence. EFCC's legal department, sources told Daily Post on Wednesday that the anti-graft agency arrested Okorocha as a proactive measure to make him appear in court following his persistent refusal to honor court to take his plea in the money laundering charges. Justice Inyang Eden Ekwo of the Federal High Court, Abuja, had on Monday, March 28, threatened to strike out the 2.9 billion naira laundering charges against Okorocha should the federal government fail again to cause his appearance in court. Her junior secondary school two pupil of Simple Faith Schools, Agbara, Lagos State, Emmanuel Amidu, has died at the Lagos University Teaching Hospital, Surulere. The victim's father, Akinola Amidu, claimed that the 12-year-old boy was flogged by a teacher when he went to school on Thursday, May 12, 2022. He said the son started from vomiting shortly after the beating and was rushed to a hospital where he gave up the ghost. The distraught father alleged that the school management was covering up his son's death and protecting the mathematics teacher, one Stephen, who flogged Emmanuel for not completing his assignment. He said, "I was at home that Thursday because I was on leave. I recall that Emmanuel asked me for money to buy a new exercise book, and I gave him 500 naira to buy the book and give the remaining change to his sister. Later that day, I was called by the management of the school that Emmanuel was vomiting. Meanwhile, this was a boy who left home without any health issue. I had to go to the school and we moved him to a hospital. I later learned that the whole thing started after their class teacher, Mr. Stephen, beat the whole of his class for not completing their mathematics assignment." Finally, gunmen on Wednesday broke into one of the parishes presided over by the Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Sokoto, Matthew Hassan Kuka, the Punch has learned. Our correspondent gathered that the armed hoodlums kidnapped 2 priests and 2 others in the rectory of St. Patrick's Catholic Church, Gidam Maikambo, in the Kafur local government area of Katsina State. Kuka's diocese covers Katsina, Zamfara, Sokoto, and Kebbi states. The Director of Social Communications of the Catholic Diocese of Sokoto, Reverend Father Christopher Omotosho, confirmed the development with our correspondent on Wednesday morning. He said the Catholic Diocese of Sokoto is under attack and no information has been gotten as to the whereabouts of the abductees. Okorocha said as at midnight of today, 25th May 2022, gunmen broke into the rectory of St. Patrick's Church. The parish priest and his assistant, Reverend Father Stephen Ojagba, MSP, and Oliver Opara and 2 boys in the house were kidnapped. That was the news, but before we go, here's the quick recap of the major headlines once again. Aspirants are moving house to house arresting delegates who took money and didn't vote, Shehu Sani says. Plane seen on Lagos Road didn't crash land, fan says. EFCC has stopped me from going for APC presidential screening, Senator Okorocha reviewed. Okorocha to remain in EFCC custody till May 30th. Lagos teacher flocks pupil over homework, victim vomits and dies. Finally, gunmen invade Kuka's church, kidnap priests and others. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media pages. On Facebook, Gbagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. On Instagram, Gbagede Imo_22. On YouTube, Baba Gbagede Imo TV. Kindly click on the red subscribe button, like, comment, and share. For advert placement, please call the number showing on your screen. Thank you for watching. Good afternoon once again. I'm Jibril Munirat.